What's poppin', world? Y'all not tapped in with the Head of the Game podcast. Yet once again, we got a controversial discussion that we got to talk about today. Y'all read the title. Without further ado, let's get into it. So I was thinking the last couple of days, and I thought of a very interesting topic to discuss, right? And pretty much it's the differences between, being out there in your 20s and being out there in your 30s, right? So here's some of the things. I'm gonna go through the 20s first, right? So when you're 20, I feel like, or in your 20s, you're more set up to take more risks, right? Not like you have to be a risky orientated person, but you can take more chances. I don't want to use the word risk, right? You can take more chances at getting to where you want to go because, in some sense, you got more time, right? So you got that going for you. But I will say this, right? When you in your 30s and you still at a certain point in your situation, then it comes a time where you got one or two choices to make. You either got to improve on yourself to where you're better than your 20-year-old self, or you just gonna have to settle, maybe for less than opportunities that you had in your 20s, right? So it's a fork in the road. You got two places, two ways you want to take it, right? And I'm gonna explain why. Experience comes with responsibility. Information, one and the same, right? Because in a way, if you look at experience, can be looked at as a form of information. So not all experiences is good experiences. You feel me? Like, you really don't need to know it all, because some information is kind of self-explanatory. But let me get back to the point, right? The point is that honestly, the point is that your standards get higher. Your standards get higher, right? And if the improvements you ain't made on yourself is measuring up to the ratio of where the standards are set, then you're gonna have a discrepancy in how things are going because it's not adding up in the ways that you would feel like it should go, right? So without saying too much, that should be able to fill in the blanks, but it just depends what kind of person you are at the end of the day, because 20, I could say, I don't want to say one is better than the other, being out there in your 20s or 30s. I just say they got their pros and cons, So any of the young guys out there, you feel me, or young people in general, you feel me, it just, well, for women, I'm actually thinking about that. I feel like the same can be said for women to a certain extent. You feel me? As far as lifestyle-wise, what age accommodates the lifestyle that you're trying to live out? Because depending on what it is, you may make the same choices, but the way you prioritize them might be different. So even though it looked different, it's the same thought process being applied. So I mean, at the end of the day, I can just say this, right? This is more than just being out there understand this is that if you're in a situation, or this applies, it's not a one-size-fit-all concept. You feel me? I do feel like there's already exceptions to this rule. As far as it being subjective, I feel like if you're, practically speaking, if you want to get to a certain point and have it look a certain way, time plays a factor to that. So, for instance, you want to get success faster than having the prolong play the long game, because you feel like you can enjoy it more the younger you are, right? That's a time-orientated thought process right there, where you're like, due to how I want to go about what I have and how I want to go about having it, in order for me to reach this goal to the highest potential and maximize that, the sooner it can be done possible, the better. You feel me? And generally, if you get something earlier than later, that's always good, right? And I gotta keep saying this because I know certain people would be thinking, I'm just looking at it in a general sense. I mean, primarily, yeah, but there are exceptions. You feel me? There are exceptions. There are exceptions to, looking at it like that. You feel me? So, I don't know. I'm gonna just wrap this video up. I just want y'all to, just understand, man. It's just differences, man. Different things, got different approaches. That's it. Alright, thanks for watching. I'm up out of here.